Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
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 Andy, we do have a quorum if you want to get started. People, I mean, still trickling in, but we have a quorum.
All right, sounds good. All right. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the August meeting?
So
I'll
moved.
move.
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Has the board received any public comment?
There has been no public comments.
Okay, Aaron, if you'd like to move on to the secretary's report.
Absolutely. So right now we're sitting at 198 blighted properties. 53 of those are under some level of intervention by the redevelopment authority, the Erie Land Bank. As I mentioned last month, we filed condemnation against 25 properties on August 8th, post or advertised that condemnation on September or August 19th.
The
So
secretary's report.
Absolutely. So right now we're sitting at 198 blighted properties. 53 of those are under some level of intervention by the. What is going on? All right, and everybody else, everybody hear me again?
Yes.
So we have received one objection to our filings. So we are meeting with that individual next week to discuss solution and possibly a relinquishment agreement, but that will be determined after we make that meeting and determine his intent for the property. But other than that, the 24 other ones have not had any objections to this point. So those will be moving forward for acquisition and waiting on that preliminary objection hearing. So that's my report for this month.
Thank you. Have we received any correspondence?
No correspondence.
All right. Old business.
All right. So we have 4 properties for blight rescission, 2 private demos, 1 private rehab, and 1 land bank demo. I can pull up some pictures. Bear with me. This thing ain't working right today. There it is. Okay. All right. So this is, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, 341 West or East A Street.
Yes, that's correct. Excuse me. That property was bought by Krause's department store and demolished and a fence put up. They plan to put some type of gravel back there to store equipment, and they got approval from engineering, who didn't have an issue with it, and their fence is up and they're moving forward with it. That was one parcel with 2 houses, a front house and a back house.
And this one is Front Street.
Yeah, this is an old one that fell through the cracks. It was just never presented for blight rescind, but the demo was a couple years ago. I had a person interested in buying it contact me because they want to know what would be needed to have the blight rescinded, but the answer was nothing. It just wasn't brought to my attention before that today.
For some reason, it's not letting me advance pictures today. And this 708 Payne, which was a land bank demo, which was the old bar restaurant. Yeah, tavern that had sat vacant for a long time. Bear with me, I'm moving some people in as panelists. And we have the private rehab. Private rehab at 557 East 12th Street. Come.
This was a private rehab that a couple bought it and they had been working on it for about a year and a half now and did a nice job improving things little by little and staying in constant communication with me. We've been working together on it for a while. Most of what was done there was all cosmetic, so no permits were needed, but they re-sided it. They added new windows. They did a lot of painting in the, excuse me, painting and cleaning inside. They did a nice job.
Sorry about that. All right, do I have a motion to rescind the blight?
So moved. I'll make the motion.
Second,
Second, Aaron.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So there will be a lot more for rescind next month as a lot of land bank and ERA demos are finishing up. Most of them are complete. There's a few that are getting started. So next month I'll have a lot more to present for blight rescind.
Okay, moving on to new business. Mr. Lavery,
Okay. We have 6 of them this month. First up, we have 1320 Patterson Avenue. The owner of this property is deceased. I believe she had one daughter that was living there. She is deceased, and there's another daughter that lives out of town, out of state. We've reached out to her, and she's pretty much stated she wants nothing at all to do with the property, that she's not coming back for it, that she doesn't care, she's not interested in it. The taxes are current. The water's been off since last December. There is about $1,000 balance on the water and sewer and garbage. We've sent notices out. The original case started in 2011 when the original owner lived there. And then we've sent notices out June of this year and August of this year. As far as citing goes, there's really no one to cite. And there's been no estate that's reached out to us. There's simply no one to go after, to hold responsible for it at this point, which is why I'm presenting it for blight. The grass is really high. It's in a primarily built up neighborhood. There's a fence that's falling apart. Sometimes the neighbor next door will mow the front grass, but not the back grass. But it's pretty unmaintained and left untaken care of. The siding is falling off more and more, and the meter is pulled, but the triplex, the supply electric line, has been being ripped away from the house just from weather and the siding being torn off of it. This one could potentially be saved and rehabbed if saved in time.
thank you, Mike. Do we have a motion to blight?
I'll move.
Second,
I'll second.
thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next we have 3221 Old French Road. This is another out of town owner. They've had it since November of 2012. This has been our system since 2016. We've sent notices out in June of 2016, July of 2018, October of 2019, June of 2020, and August of this year, as well as a repair demo order in September of this year. They were cited in October of 2020. The citation was dismissed. I couldn't find a reason why. I don't know if it was a technicality or what happened there. There are back taxes owed from 2017 to 2022, over $20,000. The water's been off since October of 2017. And there is about an $800, $900 balance in water, sewer, and garbage. There are water liens, about $1,000 water liens on it. I couldn't get to the back. I wanted to get to show some pictures of the back because it's so overgrown, but it was so overgrown I couldn't physically get back there. It's just vacant, abandoned. It's right on a main drag on a busy corridor towards entering the city. And the pictures don't do it justice, but they're the best I could get based on the access I had to the property.
Thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion, Blake?
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
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 So next we have 1057 West 32nd Street. This has been owned by the same person since 2009. Let's see. We have the original, this property was in our system since before the original owner in 2007. But the case with this owner dates back to 09, shortly after they bought it. We had notices sent out in June of 09, July of 19, August of 2021, October of 2021. There's been several liens filed to cut the grass. There's 1, 2, 3 liens on it to cut the grass. They were cited last June. We were still waiting on a plea and results for that. There's a repair demo order issued this month in September, as well as another lien filed to cut the grass in the front because it's become a pedestrian obstruction. That's a fairly busy street and the grass is forcing people to have to walk out into the street to get past it. There are back taxes owed just from 2021 to over $7,000, including this year. The water's been off since February of 2020. And there's about a $700 balance owed to water, sewer, and garbage on it. It's open, abandoned, vacant. It's in another built-up neighborhood and just left with no maintenance or care done for it.
Do I have a motion to Blake?
I'll move.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Next, we have 45 Kellogg Street. This has been with the current owners since December of 2020. It's Kellogg's off on a little kind of dead end corridor where the houses are primarily built up. There's one next door that I think the ERA received as a donation that we're taking down. It's vacant. This person just uses it kind of as a storage warehouse dumping ground. It's been collapsing. The roof and walls are collapsing in the front of it there. You can see the original case dated back to 2 owners ago in 2010. It's been changing hands and we've been dealing with each new owner as they get the property. There's been notices sent back in 2010, 2016, and then under the new owner, 2020 of this year, of 2020, June of this year. He was cited in August of this year, no show, found guilty. There was another notice sent in September and a repair demo order sent of September of this year. The water on this property has been off since February of 2010. So this owner bought it in 2020 and never turned the water on. He's just using it as a storage warehouse. He has building material there, but they've been out in the weather so long, like those trusses are weather compromised now. I don't know that I would use them. The grass is usually pretty high. There are no balances on the water and the sewer and the garbage. There are taxes owed from 2021 to 2022 for $1,699 on it. And he's been non-responsive, and the neighbors are saying he'll come there just to dump things on the property and leave. He doesn't live there. He lives out of town. I think he lives in Bell Valley area. There's several unregistered vehicles there without plates or registrations on them, and a couple of them are inoperable. So he's basically just using this as a warehouse storage / dumping ground.
Do I have a motion to Blake?
Blight.
Did someone
make-
say aye?
I did, Councilwoman Flores.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 So the next two are owned by the same owner. They have a little bit of a story. They're both vacant lots that were once blighted properties. We'll start with 2201 French. They were blighted properties, demolished and then sold to a person that was going to use them for community gardens. I think that lasted about a year, and then they were abandoned and neglected, basically left to overgrow. The one, especially particularly this one at 2201 French, we get calls on all the time because it's a traffic obstruction. Seeing the turn off of 22nd onto French Street, you can't really see, or vice versa. You can't really see traffic and oncoming there. And then this pedestrian walkway, you can't walk on the sidewalk at all. It's so overgrown. There is a fence up. There's some type of structures, or I don't know if it's a garden shed or just storage back there, but they're all dilapidated and crumbling and falling apart. We have sent her notices last September to no response. We have sent notices this June to no response. She was just cited in August of this year. We're still waiting on a hearing for that. There are back taxes owed on this one from 2020. It's only $480 because it's a vacant lot. There is no water and sewer information because it's not applicable. But basically, there's two lots, this one and one across the street, that are left abandoned and on high grass. And there's both neighbors on both sides call and are frustrated and have offered to take over the lots if we were to take them back.
Thank you, Mike. Do we have a motion to blight 1112 East 22nd?
No, this
make
one
a-
is 2201 French. I'm sorry, first off.
I'll make the motion, Andy.
Thank you, Selena. Second,
And I'll second that, Councilwoman
thank
Flores.
you. All in favor, say aye.
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 So the next one is across the street from it, same owner, same condition, same circumstance. This one is 112 East 22nd Street. They're right across the street from each other. I don't know what the intention was when that person purchased both of them. There are tax notices on both of them. But the grass is a mile high. We're going, probably for this one, we're probably going to file a lien this week to have the grass cut. We've tried to reach out and give this person every opportunity they can to cut it, and they've been non-responsive.
Okay, do I have a motion to blight 112 East 22nd?
I'll move to blight.
Second,
I'll second.
thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 And those are the properties this month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mike. If nothing else, then do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 And we'll see everybody next month.